Joshua 2:7 says, so the men, who are these men? These are not the spies. These are the king's men. So remember that in Joshua 2:7, the king's men, the pursuers who were pursuing after the spies. So these men pursued after them, the two spies that Joshua sent. The king's men, the men pursued after them on the way to the Jordan as far as the fords. Now, why would they go to the Jordan? The reason why they would go to the Jordan as far as the fords is because they knew where Israel was. Israel was just on the other side of the Jordan. If this is the river, okay, Israel's right here. All right, Jericho's right here. They knew where Israel was, and so they'd go as far as the Jordan, as far as the fords. They're searching in this area, whereas Rahab kind of sent them over in this area in the hills so that they would be out of the way. They'd be out of sight. This is what we're going to learn about in the next few verses. But the pursuers, the king's men, they pursued after them on the way to the Jordan as far as the fords. And the gate was shut as soon as the pursuers had gone out. So the gate most likely had already been shut, but then they opened it real quickly, allowed the pursuers to go out with quickness in order to pursue these men. Now, what is a ford? I mean, apart from Ford Motor Company, but what is a ford here in this Bible verse, Joshua 2:7? Well, a ford is a shallow place in a river or stream, allowing one to walk or drive across. And so this made sense because the pursuers, I mean, they knew these two men, they weren't going to cross a raging river. They had to find an easy place to cross, some place that had shallow water in which they would be able to cross. So if you just Google river fords, you'd be able to find all these pictures. So this is where the pursuers went. They went as far as the Jordan. They went to the way of the Jordan as far as the fords. They were looking for a place in which these men would cross. Little did they know that Rahab, what we're going to find out in the next few verses, Rahab is going to send these men into the hills, somewhere completely different, somewhere the pursuers aren't looking in order to save their life. And so Joshua 2:7, so the men pursued after them on the way to the Jordan as far as the fords, and the gate was shut as soon as the pursuers had gone out. And so this is Joshua chapter 2, verse 7.